Hello and welcome to the Saturday morning live stream where we talk about tech, all different stuff. It's definitely an interactive stream. And welcome. Thank you for being here this morning. I want to say thank you to all the regular viewers. I want to thank my channel members. I did have a member stream before this. Thank you guys for being there. It's always so enjoyable to do. It's a small group, intimate. We get a few people going. And then, today I want to throw out there, we have Amazon Fall Prime Days coming up. It is going to be October 8th and 9th. And I wanted to find out from you guys, what are you looking for during Prime Days? You know, is there anything you have on your shopping list going on? And I also thought, let's talk about anyone order some new Apple devices. Did you get a new Apple Watch? Or an iPhone. I got the iPhone 16. I'm really enjoying that. So let's talk about that. And anything else that you guys think of, we'll talk about. And I do want to thank the moderators, too, of this channel. Especially thank you, Bill, who always gives a time check. Lets me know, because this stream can get a little long. But we're going to keep it to a nice, tight 3 hours today. No, we'll try to keep it to an hour today because it can be a little long. Let's jump right into the chat. It's only taking me 4 minutes to do an intro. Break time. Good morning. Thanks for trying to call me out on my video, bro. Told me I was no. I appreciate your break time. No, he was. I'm like, that's not cool. Trying to call you out. No, break time. Saw my SwitchBot wallet finder video. If you guys haven't checked that out, I did make a short on SwitchBot's wallet finder that works with Apple's Find My network. So yeah, thank you for being here, break time. Sorry, 110 today. It's too late for that. It's too late in the year for 110. I'm sorry to hear that. I'm doing good. I've shot a couple videos. Tomorrow's video, we're going to look at the benefits of humidifiers. It's a video, a sponsored video, but I thought I wanted to find out, what are the benefits? Like, why would you really get a humidifier? I know I see my wife set one up for my daughter whenever she has a cold, and I always think, doesn't do anything. But tomorrow's video, I actually did a little research and have reasons why. And I talk about SwitchBot's new humidifier and their Meter Pro, which can do indoor-outdoor stuff and trigger stuff. So please check out that video if you get a chance tomorrow. Nick, good morning. Nick, hope you're doing well. And anybody who's been I hope anyone who's been in the path or affected by Hurricane Helen, I think I got that right. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope nobody's suffering any damage. So hopefully no storm-related damage. John, good morning from Nice, Texas. Nice, Texas. That's a great way to start it. And Nick, did you get rain from the hurricane? Yeah, Nick, how are you? How close was it for you? David, you're too kind. And I forgot. I didn't say hello to Andrea. Andrea, hello. Thank you. Just had a member stream. Please consider joining. Get extra content, including behind the scenes and member-only content, which I need to. I want to make a video on the iPhone for members. Share some of the experience with that, whether it's worth the upgrade yet. But David, thank you very much for that encouragement. I appreciate it. Devon, happy Saturday to you. Kevin, good afternoon from Lakeland, Florida. How are you doing, Kevin? Hope you're all safe where you are. That stuff's scary. You know, I know people say earthquakes in California. Gotta give it. It sounds way scarier in Florida with those hurricanes and stuff coming in. George, hey, afternoon from London. And thank you, George, for being here, and all the UK love and European love. But UK, number 2 highest viewership out of the UK. And I appreciate you guys. Early on, a lot of love from the UK. So thank you guys. Duncan, our Scottishman who's in Texas now. Mojo, good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome, Mojo. And Lewis, hey, to you too. Hands. Jeff, hey Jeff, good to see you here. I feel like it's been a bit. Larry, hey, good morning, Larry. Lewis got the different God, I can't even speak emojis. Barrett, hey, I feel like I haven't seen you here for a bit, Barrett. Thank you for being here. Channel for fans. Hello, I got a new PFP search channel for fans 16 on YouTube to see it. Check it out, folks. Go visit the channel. I don't know, does it? Go to channel. Let's see. How's that work? You're up to, what do you got, Josh tuned? Here, I'll share with you guys. Open it up over here where I'm sharing. Here you go. You guys can check out, well, click on the wrong thing there. I'll drop a link to your channel. You guys can check it out if you want. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Let's see. Sorry, lost where I'm at. And Lewis, hello. So Bill, the official timekeeper. I mean, without Bill, and that reminds me, I got to put Discord somewhere because Bill will be like 52 minutes, and I'll look down and go, I'm only 37 minutes. And so thank you, Bill, and hope you're doing well. So thank you for being here. I didn't see that the keys were inactive. Sorry, no, I love it. I thought it was great. So yeah, I didn't even realize my AirTag batteries were all dead either because I hadn't used them in a bit. I'm not traveling all the time like I used to, but thank you. I appreciate you. Barrett, a dry sinus can make one feel a bit sick. So yeah, that is humidifier. That's one of the things. Snoring could help with snoring. Great. I just gave away a few of the things. Now there's 2 less reasons to watch. But yeah, that's one of the things that helps. Hey, Rhett from Jack Steiner, thank you for being here. I hope you guys are kind of chill up in that part of the country right now. Not too much going on. Barrett, I've got 2 of the SwitchBot meters. They're pretty cool. This one, what I like about this one, and you can also pair up, I believe the Hub 2, you can do the same thing, is this. You can use any of their sensors and pick which ones you want to meter. On the top is the temperature in the room and the humidity. On the bottom, it's using their outdoor meter, which is a separate meter. It's paired up to this, and then it gives me the outdoor temperature and humidity. So, and I could use one of my sensors upstairs, just one of the other devices that have a sensor, and put the temperature there instead, or flip-flop them outside, inside. But yeah, that can be used to turn on the humidifier, keep it all in a good zone so you don't dry out. Or if you snore, turn the humidifier on at a certain time and turn off. But all that. Barrett, thank you, Craig. I hope the same for everybody. Yeah. Oh, you're still in a drought. Yeah. It just feels like, man, with weather, someone grabbed the country and just, okay, there's your weather now, guys. Enjoy. Whatever you knew, I just shook it all up. Dave, thanks. Yeah, Lewis, let's maybe one or 2 comments in there. Yeah, drought. I got you, Barrett. I'm glad though to hear you guys are okay. John, question: I have a HomeKit on my iPad. I have my Wolf and Wolf on it. For some reason it changes on to Wolf. How can I change it back permanently? I'm confused. I have my Wolf and Wolf on it. Some reason it changes it on to Wolf. How can I change it back? I'm confused here, John. I feel like I'm confused by Wolf in here. But now, something to note, if you're talking about using an iPad as a HomeKit hub, That all changed with iOS 17. If you're talking about using the Home app on there, one of the things I like to check is I like to go into Apple's, well, actually, their Home app is good about updating. So I'm doesn't necessarily matter as much there. Actually, you know what? I like to go into Apple Home at times, even with Home Pods, and just double check that they've done a software update, that they've all been updated, and they're all on the same thing. And also go into Apple TVs, basically do a whole round of software updates and restarts. If you're finding something keeps going offline or isn't acting well, like I notice when I start having the occasional, I have lights that aren't responding quick enough, or there was something I wasn't able to have something join Wi-Fi, it's time to give the whole system a power down and restart on it, and you'll find it fixes a lot of stuff. Just a restart. Not saying it'll necessarily fix that. Hey Jim, welcome. Thank you for being here. Columbia, Missouri. Thank you. Ty Rocky, I heard on the radio that the iPhone 16 has a camera button. Have you used it yet? It sounds like it's interesting. Yes, the camera button. It's not. And I'm saying this because it makes it sound more valuable. It's not necessarily it's not a camera button. It's a capture button. And the reason I say that is that the idea with Apple Intelligence when it comes out is that you're able to point, click, and get information from it. Well, now Apple Intelligence isn't out. What's cool is you can push it, it goes right to the camera, and it's sensitive in the sense that there's different features you can access. Let's see if it focuses on it. You can access using this little slider, but it's a slider and a button. You got to like light press. You can see exposure and choose different settings to work with. But it's one of the things I don't like about it. It didn't introduce any new camera controls. It just introduced another way to access controls that are already there. Where a tip, if you guys want control over video shooting and have an iPhone, download Final Cut, what is it called? Final Cut Camera. It gives you complete manual control when recording video. But unfortunately, this doesn't give you real manual control. I'm curious to see how it gets implemented, but right now it's a little clunky position, and you got to learn what a light double tap is versus a click, and then the swipe. But it's also meant to be used in this orientation and to be able to grab stuff and use Apple Intelligence to drive your world. Jazz, hey Craig, I traded in the Pixel Watch 2 for a 45mm Pixel Watch 3 and I'm loving it. I could get 2 days battery life and the Fitbit aspect actually motivate me to stay active. I'm glad to hear you're liking it, and I know with the Pixel stuff, it's like the Pixel Watch, the first one, it's like, yeah, it's fine. And then the 2, they get the bugs shaken out, and now you're on the 3. So I'm glad to hear you're liking it. On the Android side of things, I would go Google Pixel, because they have that kind of ecosystem, or Samsung. But anything else, it'd be hard to really justify. So glad to hear you're enjoying it, and glad to hear the Fitbit stuff is helping encouraging you. That's the thing. The Apple Watches can be great to get you, or any smartwatch, to get you moving. You know, there's the gamification of things that I believe is the right term, where you want to complete your rings and to have so many days and have a little award pop up telling you you've worked out 30 days in a row. Hey, if it keeps you moving, and to monitor it and see, you're like, oh, I need to get my heart rate up a little more, or hey, it's really high, I can kind of pull back a little. They're great to have. Barry, hey Barry, welcome in Mexico. John, in Texas, we have been getting 5.1 earthquakes the last few weeks. Not normal. Yeah, that 5.1, that's pretty big. I will say they've been making me nervous. I haven't thought about them. I haven't worried about earthquakes at all. but I've been nervous. And the reason why is they've been like 12 miles away in Malibu. One was probably straight across, probably about 10 miles away was the epicenter of like a 4.1. And then yesterday there was just a, and it was like, what? Did someone just kind of jump upstairs? But then on Ring, it was like I saw the neighbor alert. Boom. Did anyone feel an earthquake? Boom. Was that an earthquake? So, yeah, that's a little scary, man. I actually, I'm like worried. I'm like, there's a lot of little ones happening here. I told my daughters, I'm like, you want little ones. You like have a little one once a month. It's better than nothing. And then pop a big one. So, yeah, I hear 5.1 now. I'm like, damn. A 4.1 felt bad. Barrett, I always miss these due to being busy with family at this hour. Hey man, that's no better reason to miss it. You know, you're where you should be. You know, enjoy that time. Kevin, I'm doing all right. I did not have no damage and did not lose power. That's all you could hope for, man. I'm glad to hear it, Kevin. Yeah, that's and the kind of damage that comes with those things. That's flooding, man. There's just expensive damage and what it could cost to not if you don't have the right coverage. Oh, Barrett, very cool. I'd not looked at the SwitchBot Pro meters. I'm like, I don't know if I revealed it too early to you. No. They came out on the 23rd, I think. I don't think, I didn't break an embargo. So I do that during the member stream. So sponsors, you'll never catch me, but I do let my members know early. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I? See, Eufy has an Apple Find My Car Tracker too, similar to SwitchBot. That's the thing I like is that they're using the Find My network. And Apple's Find My network, the idea with it is it's piggybacking off of other iPhones. And, you know, it's the same way that Samsung's is working too. The idea is that, an iPhone goes by, the thing pings an iPhone, that lets the network know where it's at. You know, all these devices aren't cellular. They're just piggybacking off of our devices we're already using, which is cool. I'm using something else like Amazon Sidewalk, all that stuff feels kind of like you built a network just for this instead of piggybacking onto an existing, a strong network. Zara? I'm sorry, Zahar. I feel like I'm getting it wrong. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hassan, movie content. What do you think of the 16 Pro? I like the 16 Pro. I think one of the things that the display's a little bigger. It's so easy to use this iPhone for about half an hour and go, yeah, it's an iPhone. I mean, there's not a lot of change. The real change to me came with the iPhone 14 when they added the dynamic island. One of the things I appreciate on it is 4K at 120 frames per second. What that means is instead of me having to do a little pan nice and slow with it and it has a little shake in the footage, I can go whoop and just do a nice little move and then play it at a third of the speed. And it just becomes a nice smooth, or at 25% of the speed, and it becomes a nice little smooth move. So for me, 4K and camera improvements, that 4K 120 makes it worth it. But if you have an iPhone 15 Pro, I don't think there's as much reason to upgrade. For Apple Intelligence at this point, not enough reason necessarily to upgrade. Who knows? Apple Intelligence might not be worth much until the iPhone 17. So, it's not worth upgrading for that yet, at least. So, I like the phone. It's incremental at this point. And I say that not to diss the phone, but not to say, oh, dude, game changer. That screen ran up 1/4 of an inch and I'm like, trash on the 15, gold. So, no, it's not that big of a difference though. But it is getting to a point where I think this was supposed to be the Apple super cycle upgrade, the upgrade super cycle, but the lack of Apple Intelligence features now have cause sales to not be as good. But so I would definitely not buy an iPhone 14 or 13, or 15. The lowest iPhone I would buy now, if you're in the market, is an iPhone 15 Pro, just because that's the line where Apple Intelligence starts. Any features that come along, you're not going to be able to use them down the road. On the Home app, I have 2 usernames. Okay. And you want 1 username. Now, in the Home app, are you able to get rid of 1 user? Because you should only, under Apple Home, and you're saying whenever you delete it, it comes back. I hate to say it, that with something like that, if it just keeps coming back, like if you're going under home settings and for people, if you're seeing yourself in there twice, that's one of those things where I think you have to blow the home up and possibly start over, because you should be able to get rid of it. Like on mine, I have myself as an owner in here, and then I have a guest, which just has a guest entry code put on there. My wife isn't in there yet because I invited her, and then she was part of it, but then I kicked her out. I re-invited her after I set it up again. She never accepted, so it's my home. My smart home, not hers. But if it's showing up in there, that's where I would double check and make sure that, it should only show up in there as an invite. And if it's showing up any other way as you twice and you can't get rid of it, that makes me think that, well, another option is to add a home. See if that works, to add a home under settings, John. And create a new home. But I know I accidentally sent control of my house to my daughter's phone, and she was the owner, and because she was a child, she couldn't send it to me, and whatever the reason was, I was not able to get control, so I just had to start over. And it was good. It was good to just kind of wipe out stuff and not add things back in. I recommend that, if you can, like if you buy a new laptop, don't transfer everything. Don't just whatever little gremlins and things that have been in that machine and the leftover residue from things being deleted and all that junk that just gets left behind, preference files in there, all that. Don't just start over. It sucks to have to set everything up over again. But, with iPhones, I'll transfer directly. With iPads, I'll do it. But with laptops, start from scratch, folks. I think. Channel for fans. So I have a Google Pixel 7, and can you tell me what is the best of Magic Eraser? The thing I love about Magic Eraser is that it can erase anything. With Magic Eraser on the Pixel phone, you hit Magic Eraser, it's going to look around at possible things you want to remove, like other people. With that, you end up tapping the screen, it removes people. Anything else you want to remove, you just give a little scribble on the screen and it removes it. Let me check. I don't know if I have on my... Trying to see if I have an eraser on mine yet. Trying to find a picture, because Apple is introducing a similar feature. Trying to find a photo that I might want to erase. So not erase permanently. God. Yeah, I don't know if, because one of the features that's coming to Apple, to the iPhone, is an eraser tool where you're able to remove things from it. Okay, I'm trying it right now. Oh yeah, you could correct scan and stuff. Okay, I'm using the Apple AI, and it's similar to Pixel Eraser, where you can just scribble on stuff and then it does a little AI thing to see what you might want to erase. Let's yeah, I'm not going to be able to get it all up to show you guys right now. But it's a cool feature. The Magic Eraser is great. I've used it to clean up pictures. I had a cool one in France. We're outside the Louvre, and there's the arch, and there's all kinds of people around. I erased everybody. You couldn't even tell. And it's just my family, my wife and daughters walking towards the arch. The stuff's good. It's really good now. David, heard some problem with the iPhone 16s having a screen issue, and they've had to issue an update to fix it. I hadn't heard that. I've kind of had my head down working on a couple of videos. Yeah, I haven't heard that. So far, knock on bamboo. Hopefully it, don't have an issue with that. Did you hear if it was the Max versus Pro, regular Pro, or is it both of them doing it? Because I'm wondering if it's a different supplier and they're having to adjust with that. Sorry. My profile picture is based off of a cartoon character. Can you guess? I don't know. I can't. I'm sorry, man. Cartoons. I'm a little out on my. I'm trying to picture. I'm like, do I have any? Yep, Star Trek Lower Decks. That was my most recent animated show that I've watched. Bill, I have the Samsung Watch. Really like it. Yeah, how's your new phone? I know you got you updated, and that's, again, Samsung has a great ecosystem. I'm a big proponent of get stuff that fits, get as much stuff within the same ecosystem as possible. That's one of the things, like, I like Aqara devices. I like SwitchBot for automating things that I normally can't. And they work better when devices are linked together. John, that's not an earthquake. That's Elon Musk pushing his weight into Texas. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I know. Hey, it's insane. There's a mission, the mission that's going up. I forget what it's called. That they have to go up and pick up the 2 astronauts. They booted. What sucks is, like, this next mission, it was supposed to be a 4-man SpaceX crew. 2 people got booted so that they could go pick up the astronauts that Boeing left in space. I'm like, hey, Elon, yeah. They're like, we got it. We got rockets. We'll make that happen. Erkan, I'm so sorry. Welcome from Istanbul. Thank you for being here. Pug63, hey, welcome in the UK. Pugs. My daughter's trying to convince us to get a pug. I had one for 14 years. My boy Tank, grew up with him. I miss that dog. But yeah, my daughter now wants a black pug, which I want a black pug too, because yeah, this is definitely good tech related stuff, folks. But I appreciate the pug name for that. I'll try not to go off on a tangent too far. Thank you for being here, Pug. Julia, welcome. And John, thank you, man, for the thumbs up. It's actually 5:20. Oh, now we're getting picky. So, Andrew, hey, Andrew, I'm standing with crutches for up to 30 minutes twice this week during physio. Hey, I'm glad to hear you're getting better. You're up. You're getting up there, and got to take the small victories, I'm sure, at this point, Andrew. But I'm glad you're upright. That's all we can hope for. I woke up and I'm upright this morning. So welcome, Andrew, and thank you for being here. David, anyone in the EU, sorry, but won't be getting Apple Intelligence. Thank you. Thank them in Brussels for that. Oh, yeah. Yeah, the EU, hey, I'm actually caught up at this point. Yeah, now the EU is saying that Apple needs to open up something else. I'm like, what I would love to see is Apple go, thank you for gathering today. We just wanted to issue this brief statement about the EU asking for asking us to open up this. We just kindly want to say, boop, you. EU, we're done with your crap. Go fix real problems and stop trying to mandate our corporation to live by your rules. Sorry, Europe. We're going to have to give you the big middle finger because this agency, we said yes one too many times, and now they're basically, guys, they're treating Apple like smokers. They're going, no smoking in here. Okay, you go outside, go smoke. No, you're too close to the building. Go smoke over there now. Okay, I'll go over there. And the smokers are just going, okay, and then getting kicked down. Then it's like, you can't smoke in your house. Then on the flip side, you got the NRA here in the States who are like, everybody should get a rocket launcher. Well, that's absurd. Everybody should get a rocket launcher. You know, they're just like, no. You know, and Apple needs to now go, no, just choke on it. EU, and I don't mean this as anybody who lives in the EU, but this governing body that wants to dictate what Apple does with their corporation. You know, Apple gives an inch and these tools are taking a mile. You know, no, you will go to USB-C or you can't sell it here. I'm like, you know how much e-waste I have piled up in lightning cables that I have to throw away now? Way to go, guy. But yeah, anyways, I hate people who love to make rules and control people like that, or corporations. I'm like, they really need to give them the big middle finger. I would kindly like to say to this regulation, we're done. EU, we are done. We are no longer selling there until you vote these people out, till you stop this nonsense, because we're not going to be pushed around by 12 people in a room who think they're bosses of the world. No, choke on it. So that would be my thoughts personally. If I were running Apple, I would love to say that. So I'm kind of bad about some of that stuff. Like I just told a sponsor that I'm like, no, you can't reuse any of my stuff. And they're like, we'd like to drive more views to you. It'll help drive more attention. I'm like, I actually lose attention when I work with you guys. You know, if you go back and look, some of my lowest performing videos are working with you guys. So that's what, so it's one of those things where it's like, hey, I don't mind telling you how it is. Don't go waving around thinking you're doing me a favor, you know. So, yeah, but anyways, sorry. Get a little snotty. It triggers me though. I see those EU things and it's like, okay, Apple opened up their app store. Now they're like, no, there needs to be third-party app stores on the iPad. And it's like, just shut up. Shut up. Not enough people in this world have been told to F off. Sorry, guys. And if you're new here and this kind of rubs you wrong, this is the real Craig. Not the others fake Craig. It's just this is another side. You know, I just really, hate that kind of stuff. And I know it really comes down. I have a personal grudge too, because at the corner down the street, I had a light that would change based on who was there for what was logical. Like, yeah, there's cross traffic, but we still have traffic going this way. Let's make the left turn. They can go. But now it's like they've slowed everything. And I'm like, all because some rando dude out there wanted everybody to do it differently. They reprogrammed the lights. A little room of people decided, no, we don't like what's happening there. Let's reprogram this. I'm like, so I hate that kind of stuff because it's always a room of people who want to control other people. How big that room is, it's never the general population. It's just a little room of people who want to control people. So you'll notice if you're new here, I go off on these kind of tangents at times, and they're not necessarily tech related, but I think they're real things that, you know what, if you have a chance, we have someone there's some jackass who's whining about Clear in the airports in Orange County. He wants to get rid of Clear at an Orange County airport because he's like, what, those people are better than me? What, I get Clear and now I'm better than you and I get to get in front of you because I'm better than you? It's like, it has nothing to do with being better, jackass. We can all pay $125 and get the same damn treatment. This person's time's worth more to them, so they pay money for it. Don't sit there and be butthurt because you didn't pay the $125 and go through the hassle of a background check. Stop trying to control people. So anyways, that kind of stuff I despise and it triggers me. That's why I hate the state of California now. It's just idiots like Newsom and stuff who just want to mandate. They cost people jobs, all that stuff. So anyways, I'll stop on the tangents there, but yeah, that EU or that group, I'm sorry, I don't know it's like I don't even care enough to research who makes up that. It's just the fact is they're trying to boss around a corporation, a company they're bossing around the big boy. You know, they're the one, we get to control you. It's it's that stuff. I like. Okay, where are we at? I'm so sorry. I feel like I really went on a negative tangent there, guys. But it's true. I don't regret it. Okay, won't be, let's see, that was like, what, 12-minute tangent. David, can you choose which device is your HomeKit hub yet? You know what? I don't know if they changed something in the beta, because there was a point that I made this the home hub, and it still is. It's been consistent. It hasn't switched, but I do not have control over it now, which I'm just verifying going into my home hubs. Oh no, nope. It's hopping around. It's now on a different one. So no, I don't have control of it now. I think they've turned it off because I'm in the latest beta version and it doesn't have it. I want to say the beta 18.0 had it, but 18.1, I don't think it's doing it now. Which there was a point I thought, able to select that one. Why do Google hijack Windows computers? Because Apple lets them. I mean Apple, because Microsoft lets them. No, I think really just a guess would be if Windows ever looks too relaxed with letting Google or whatever do something. Think about it was 90s, I think, or early 2000 that it was like a whole monopoly thing with Microsoft. You know, if anything, I don't think they want any being accused of being a monopoly in any way. So it's like, okay, come on in. Yeah, you could have your browser try to override ours. So David, tired of Miros, I've heard it different ways, switches occasionally going online, looking to replace them with Casa dimmers like all my other single pole switches. Has anyone tried the Matter version? As good as the Wi-Fi? I haven't tried the Matter version of it. I always feel like, yeah, Matter opens up compatibility, but so far the reliability of HomeKit, of just, you know, the existing HomeKit related stuff has, I don't know, I feel like I've had more issues with different manufacturers' Matter devices than I had with just old school login, do the app and all that. I would say, you know, if you can, you know, it wouldn't be a bad experiment to see. I mean, if maybe just one on an easy place to swap it out. You know, don't pick the triple gang going on, but get the single outlet that isn't in, you know, at the end of the chain, or something that is at the end. But the thing that starts interesting me more is thread related stuff, like having thread as the connection over Wi-Fi. Matter protocol, I'm like, okay. Oh, yeah, okay. I can't even flip a imaginary coin. Yeah, I feel like it's coin toss with Matter. You know, it's getting, yeah, I don't even want to say it's getting better. Some things I feel like just are a pain in the butt, and they don't connect well. David, it's the 16 Pros. Apparently some users are having lagging touch issues and screen freezing. Okay, I'm going to have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, the Boeing ship seems to be problem ridden. Yeah, well, Boeing's got all kinds of problems. I used to do a lot of work with Boeing in like, 2010 through 2015, 17. Basically, like I lit the first 737 to be delivered to ANA Airlines. I did a whole light show in an airplane hangar for the 737. And the 737 was an awesome plane, except the quality control isn't there. Launch. I'm sorry, I want to see if I'm curious if I can see any images. No, probably not. Of my event. No, they don't have any. Cool. But yeah, it's interesting. The Boeing thing, it's pretty interesting learning about some of the inner workings of their stuff. But man, they are just a big old S show at this point. And I look at them launching rockets. I'm like, they're no different than NASA in my mind. I mean, all you're doing is just replacing another. They're just part of the government system. You need Elon Musk and SpaceX. The launch that I watched from a Falcon rocket, that booster had been used 22 times already. So it had already been up to space 22 times and landed back on a barge in the ocean or on a landing pad on land. 22 times. Government, Boeing, you guys do that. It's like, how about all of NASA's budget goes right to SpaceX? But that's a government they're a private aid. It's the only way stuff gets accomplished. Let the private sector do it. But I think Boeing is just, they're so entwined in the government system that, where you got to take the Tesla approach. You send it up, break it, fix it, break it, fix it until it flies great. So, David, Craig, you brought up the hurricane. Western NC is in bad shape. HW40 washed out and shut down. My mom is stranded in Banner Elk. Roads flooded, bridges out, no power, internet, and spotty cell. David, I'm sorry to hear that, man. That's some scary stuff. You get into the flooding and all that, no power, internet. So is your mother's, is she okay? Is her house okay? Because I just picture like flooding, fire, earthquake, like things that damage your house in a way that could be life-changing. That's scary stuff, man. I'm sorry to hear that, David. Hopefully no loss of life. I mean, 40 people I think have died. John, Eufy has a new camera for HomeKit, but it only does 1080. Yeah, 1080 in 2024 is no. You got to be doing at least 2K. Devon, what are the best Prime Day deal days items to shop on Amazon right now for 2024? To me, the best deals end up being on Apple devices. Apple devices, TVs, Echo devices, but can't really pitch them as much right now. I feel like it's one of those times that if you're ever looking for anything Apple, you see deep discounts. You always see discounts on Apple stuff, but it's just one of those brands that I feel like that you see the biggest sales on. TVs, computer monitors, if you're thinking about monitors, but lighting, smart lighting, I've seen some good deals on. And really any of the smart devices, Aqara, their whole lineup, I think is like 20 to 30% off. SwitchBot, I know they're similar kind of deals going on. And pretty much, all the different smart companies are going on. But I feel like the biggest one is, and I would say Samsung, you start seeing those things too. Pixels, if you're looking for Pixel phones. But computers, good time to look for those things too. And we may see some deals because rumors of new graphics cards coming out. I don't know how that'll affect it. And thank you, Bill, for the 30 minutes heads up. See, 9:44. I'm now 14 minutes behind because my little rant. David, saw a video from Amazon in Queens, New York. Some drivers going on strike. Yeah. Oh, man. Yeah. I don't know. I just think about it. It's like the fast food. People have lost there's 5,000 jobs that have been lost since they raised the minimum wage up by $5 for just fast food workers. the crappy part is like, okay, those people still are going to need jobs. So then what? They may move over to, there's a lot of people go into the Uber Eats, or then go drive for Amazon, or, Lyft, or these different jobs that it feels like, I feel bad because it's like you had a gig that you were good with, but when you go to one of those, it's almost like you're at the mercy of Amazon. You're at the mercy of Uber. You're like, whatever they want to just, you're just a tool in there to be used. It feels like the kid that used to work at Old Navy, hi, how you doing? Folding some t-shirts. And now that same kid has to go drop off 72 packages in 110-degree weather because we all buy online now instead. So, yeah, I could see, David, that just conditions. It's messed up. If you look at it, if you order from Amazon, all of those people that show up at your house, they don't work for Amazon. They work for a company, a separate company, and Amazon hires those companies. But those companies have to agree to Amazon's terms. They have to they have to wear the vest. They have to put whatever monitoring gear in the trucks. They have to do all this stuff, but it's a good business for the owner of it. Yeah, we'll be your driver, but it's Amazon's way of saying, yep, we got a middleman. We hire this trucking company. We have a complete control, and we can work everybody to death if need be, but no responsibility there. So I could see it. I can see why people would strike. It just sucks that jobs that people would be able to get, now they just gotta like drive around and hustle way more for the same results. Mojo, what are your thoughts on the Apple Card? Pros and cons for me being a fanboy. Apple Card, as in the credit card? I love it. I use it for everything. And the reason why, I don't keep a balance on it, but interest rates are better. The cash back is real cash back that just rolls into a savings account in there. And the 1 to 3% cash back, I like that. And it's not like cash back and apply to here or use there. It's just like, it's a legitimate cash. And if you do carry a balance, you check. They have one of the lowest interest rates. It's part of the reason, the company they're working with wants out. They want to get away from them because they're like $6 billion in the hole since partnering with Apple. They're like trying to sell the Apple Card. They're like, just someone, American Express, just someone take this damn thing. We can't bleed anymore. But it helps us, And I love Apple Pay and just being able, basically everything personal I use the Apple Card for. And it's just my go-to on there. Hey, I see Shane's in here. Hey, Shane. Well, Craig feeling feisty today. Hey, man, I feel feisty every day. I just get to tell you guys about it. No, I appreciate it. Hey, I gotta keep it real, man. It's the only time we get to hang out and connect in this thing. You guys get to say whatever. I say whatever. The rest of it, it's videos. It's presenting. We're sharing information. You're receiving information, hey, all that. Or you watch Paul Hibbert, you receive entertainment too from him. Someday I'm going to entertain you guys. I'm going to make that part of my my mission, to make an entertaining channel someday. Barrett, rocket launchers for hunting and protecting your home? Bro, you need them. You shouldn't be limited to one rocket launcher either, man. Everybody should be able to have as many as they want. But that's a perfect example. The NRA is a perfect example. They say no. Whether you like them, for them, against them, I am not being political or bringing that up. But that is an organization that just sticks two middle fingers up and says, make us. And they can't do anything. You can't fight the NRA. They just keep on ticking. And you know what? It's not necessarily for the good in this country, but yeah, it's so. But that's why I think Apple needs to take a lesson from them and just say, no, sorry. We're gonna block a whole country out. You're gonna tax us? You're gonna fine us 17 billion? Ireland? Yep, we're throwing you on the list too. Get out of here. So that's it. Let's see. Barrett, I'm in the UK, so no problem for us as we left the EU. It would be funny to see just more countries leaving the EU. I want a damn iPhone. I'm leaving. We're leaving the EU. Barrett, good deal. Meant David. Oh, hope you both have a great weekend. Bill, yeah, we got tangents. One, rants one. So, Jay, thanks for stopping by, man. I hope you're doing well, dude. Man, you're one of the busiest creators. Yeah, I got to jump the line past all you guys. Shane's got like 14 more shorts to make this week, I think. Yeah, this guy's all over it. He's one of the harder working creators. I'm definitely lazy compared to that, man. Because Shane makes great shorts. I will say that. I want to say that, Shane. You make good shorts. Mine are garbage. I don't like shorts. You do a good job making them. So thanks, man. Thanks for being here. So yeah, he can't be hanging around, guys. He's like VIP. He's got to get off and make other content. So I got to jump ahead in the chat. So I'll get back to the rest, to you regular folks. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be a tool. Mojo, Saturday mornings are Craig After Dark. I'm here for it. That's it. That's all I want to do this for. I don't want to make a damn instruction manual. I want us to, let's ask some tech questions. You have a problem? We'll answer it. Let's talk about some other stuff. I'm like, you want a YouTube video that's too damn long? An hour-long YouTube video? No, you don't need that crap. We need to connect, folks. You need to walk away. I want you to feel something, and it may just be that guy Craig is an asshole. Either way, you felt something. So, oh God, I'm losing it. David, mom's visit here was a smart home failure. Motion sensor spun around to face the wall. Intimated my switches. She would not even touch the Echo Hub, but she wanted nothing to do with any of it. I can see, yeah. I am sorry to hear that, man. I am intimidated by the switches. Yeah. I could feel you. I had my mother-in-law here with the Apple TV remote, and it's like I was trying to get her to fly a 747. It's like, okay, no. What we're gonna do here, just calm down, breathe. We got this one. But yeah, I feel you. I'm sorry, David. That is one thing I love, and I'm not saying that this would have helped you necessarily, but I love smart fit switches, folks. Like just in your kitchen. It's great if you want to have a voice command or a motion sensor, but when your 78-year-old mother-in-law comes in, that works a hell of a lot better. So when your wife comes in and goes, I hate all this tech, it never works for me, works a lot better. So that is it. Let's see. Now I've lost track on the tangent count. I think we're at like 208. Oh God. Yeah, we haven't even crossed an hour yet, so not too bad. And thank you, Shane, for coming by, man. I appreciate it. Bill has lost track of the tangent count. John, I heard you have to restart everything to work. It pretty much is. There's the restart method. The thing that I miss is the hitting method. That used to fix things in the analog day. Just a good whack would fix something. You'd be like, oh, okay, that's better now. But now everything's digital. You only break it when you hit it. It's so boring. David, she did love the Hue remote on the nightstand. Interesting how different generations accept new tech. Yeah, I know that I'm hesitant to try new stuff being I'm over 50. Hey, one thing I'll say though, I was motivated by my grandmother. She never learned to drive a car. She never learned any tech stuff. She was just so removed from it. It's like she just never left the Depression or the 40s or 50s. And it just made me think that it's like, if you don't keep up with this stuff, like you don't need to be a master of it, but if you just blow it off and go, yeah, I'm not into that kind of stuff, I don't need to know that. There's a point where you're just not going to know this world or fit into it. It's like watching my mother-in-law. It's like this tech didn't just drop down on it. She just had no interest in it. So now it's just like this foreign world. I'm like, I never want to have that feeling that I'm just out of touch. Now, when it comes to pop stars, who's popular, pop culture, I'm like, I love being out of touch. I'm like, I don't know who this one is now. I don't know what singer is this. There was a point when Microsoft tried to hide everything from users. Yeah, now they're more open about it. Barrett, have to go cook lunch. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Craig. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Barrett, thank you for being here. I appreciate you stopping by, and enjoy the time with the family. David, mom's okay for now. Bridge to the complex washed out. No major news. Markets in that area. So it's going to take time before the extent of the damage is known. Yeah, well, if a bridge washed out, yeah, that's pretty hardcore. I'm sorry to hear that. Glad to hear your mother's safe. That's it's one of those things it is good when you see those stories of when the good comes out. The good in the tragedy, the person who gets on the boat, is driving around helping people, rescuing people, delivering stuff, it's like, it's good, But yeah, I hope all that gets under control. 45 minutes. I'm not too bad today. Gordon, hey Gordon, another channel member. Thank you for being here. That is a great point. SSDs are usually cheaper on Prime days. Yeah, that is a great point. If you are looking, and I'm a big fan of SSDs because I transfer files around, and it's good to have backups, to have hard copies of things. A couple of my favorite SSDs for portable. Well, if you're looking to install, holy crap, 4 terabytes. I just put a 1 terabyte of this in the PC I built. So, and they're $90. Oh, 109. I think I got mine for 90 at the time. Oh, it might have been the 970. But anyways, if you are looking for hard drives, I love these ones here. They're extremely fast, especially if you're an iPhone. If you buy one of the new iPhones and you want to record videos to an external hard drive, these are great. And Samsung, the T5s and T7s are good. But yeah, you can find some great deals on SSDs. Good call. Yeah, and anyone else have any good deals, things to look for? Definitely let us know. David, when communication went down, my sister panicked and asked the local PD to check on her. Even the cops could not travel anywhere. Yeah, that's scary. That's scary when the communication goes down. Gordon's baiting me with the name Newsom. It's pretty bad. You got the California the Restaurant Association going, please don't make us pay any more money, because I think there's plans for another fast food raise. It's like built in that every couple of years they want to implement a new raise legally, like enforce this. The fast food industry, they're like, oh God, we got to fire more people, more automation. Like, screw it, we're closing down. So welcome to California. David, tipping at restaurants in the UK is a bit odd. We only tend to tip if they've done a good job, not to top up staff wages. Tipping. That's where these places, though, where they are making $20 an hour now and the tip machine. I actually had the vision today because there was something on the TV about the tip screen, and I had read about the people losing their jobs at the $20 an hour rate, and I just pictured in my mind that looking the teller in the eyes and the 0 for the tip. A new policy. I'm like, tipping's out of control, man. It is out of control in the U.S. Everybody wants it. And I can't blame them. You're like, why not? Like, I'm going to get some. Duncan, I love the Apple Card and Apple Pay. Love it on the watch because when use it, some people freak out. Yeah, Apple Pay is the best, man. I love that it's been adopted everywhere. And the Apple Card, though, they really do. I think before rates went out of control, the lowest I saw when I got the card was like 10.99. And even then, and now I don't know what it is, but it was substantially lower than any of the other credit cards. But Goldman Sachs, they've lost $6 billion working with Apple. So There must be something good for the consumer in there. KC Crime Fighter Reviews, welcome. I appreciate you being here. I've watched your videos for years, but just subscribe now. What would be the best Apple deals to buy? I have a smart home. What would be the best smart lock to buy? Well, and check out, that's a great thing. Hey, since I'll bring up Shane's channel. If definitely on the smart home side of things, go check out Shane's channel. I'm gonna drop a link in the. No, I put that in the wrong window. Hold the boat. Okay. Yeah, check out Shane's channel if you want to know more on the HomeKit side. He's covered a lot of the locks. I like the Aqara locks. I'm still using the U100. My family loves the fingerprint sensor. Nobody uses the keypad because the fingerprint sensor works great. I tend to use my watch on it to unlock it. It's worked so well that's been the one I've recommended. So Aqara stuff they always have sales, but if you look at it, they have a couple different options for the lock side of things. They have the U50 that doesn't have a fingerprint sensor, the 100 that does, and then you have the 200 that is a retrofit with a keypad. But you can see they got sales going right now, and with coupons on them. So $149, apply the coupon. You're down to $115 for that, basically $115. So look for that. When it comes to Apple, I mean, iPads. On any day, you can usually find iPads like $50 cheaper on Apple, on Amazon. And the thing is, Apple years ago basically made Amazon wipe their site of any third-party Apple sellers. So what ends up happening, it's no different than buying from Apple Direct. You get the same Apple Care. The thing is, you save. You save, like, here's the 10 Gen, $50. I bought my wife and daughter's iPad Airs off of here, and I got them for $399 at the time. So they were. Yeah, did they raise the price on the iPad Air? Wasn't that? No, I guess I would have got it for $499 or $450. It was a good deal. So yeah, definitely take a look around. iPads are always good. You get into MacBooks. Like any day, you'll find savings here. There's 2024 MacBook Air. Save $93. Here's the 2022 M2 right there. Save $200 on it. And it's no different than buying from Apple. That's why I say go here and save the money. Especially if you're thinking about it, AirPods. Always, on sale. Here's the Pros. These are the current ones. You're going to save $60 going to Apple. Here is the brand new AirPods 4. You're going to save $10 going to Amazon. So yeah, I watched somebody walk out of the. I watched somebody post on Twitter. They were going on a trip and they had a bag from the Apple store with 2 sets of AirPods Max in there, and I just went because all I could think about is those AirPod Max are $599, or almost every day they're $100 off over here on Amazon. So that person paid at least $220 more for those 2 sets because they didn't come to Amazon, and they could have had it overnighted. So just something to think about. Apple stuff is definitely one of your better options, better times to buy them. Surf the Internet is putting lines into my area. Hopefully, does that mean you're going to get fiber or something? That would be great. Anything to get away from cable in my mind. And Shane, thanks for stopping by, man. you had some street cred to me, man. And it's like, ooh, even a content creator comes by. Maybe this guy isn't so bad. Maybe it's time for Shane to collab with Craig. Love to see that. Yeah, it's nobody wants to collab with me, man. I'm too high risk. No. I'm not good enough. No, let's talk, Craig, into going to CES this year. Maybe we can link up. Yeah, that's, well, I got to go and learn how to count cards with Gordon. So then, you know, that'll give me something to do at night. Because my problem is just being in Vegas at night. Video poker, yeah, just... So, let's see, David, yeah, Craig. Gordon, what is the best Thunderbolt box for SSDs? Thunderbolt, I don't know a good Thunderbolt, but why Thunderbolt? Reason I ask is, SanDisk Extreme. These SanDisk Extreme, I had ordered 2 of them. There's the SanDisk Extreme Portable SSD, this 2 terabyte. I only have a 1 terabyte, and it was about that price. And then there is the Extreme Pro. The Extreme Pro goes up, this is USB-C, and it goes up to 200 megabits per second. I can't even use this on my MacBook Pro. It will not go above 1,000 megabytes per second. The reason why, it requires USB 3.2 Gen 2x2, and apparently a lot of devices don't necessarily don't support that yet. So maybe the MacBook Pros now support it, but I'm limited to 1,000 megabytes per second. So it'll cost me $70 more, $70 more, and I can't go any faster than this. So I guess my question is, would a USB-C enclosure be cheaper and just as fast as you would need it to be? Some of the ones I have seen, someone use this and mentioned this one before. Ugreen's been doing well. Yeah, but I've seen the Sabrent one used a few times by some content creators for making their own. Because you get something like this and you throw in the Samsung one, you know, that... I feel like Thunderbolt's costing you money that you may not be able to even be able to reach the speeds that Thunderbolt will get. So, and I don't know if they're, actually I haven't seen, oh, Thunderbolt 4.3. So, yeah, I think you're going to get the odd companies at times too that you never have heard of. Or, hey, 74 bucks for this aluminum Ugreen one. That might be, yeah, that's Thunderbolt compatible there. So I'd check out the Sabrent or Ugreen out of what I'm seeing here offhand. But I'm just wondering if USB 3 would be a good one. Hashtag Shane gives good shorts. Love it. I don't, people may get confused on what the shorts means. I love it. David, in the last 2 years, we've had Popeyes, Wendy's, and now Chick-fil-A's opening up in the UK. We've had KFC and McDonald's for years. Don't need any more. I don't know. I would take all 3 of those. I'll trade you a KFC. I'll even trade you a McDonald's for a Popeyes, Wendy's, and Chick-fil-A. You know, a little spicy chicken sandwich on one of those. You need to change it up. The Wendy's in the middle. I think I'd go with that. Hey, Lawrence, glad to see you here, man. I saw your comment. I'm glad to hear you're getting Google Fiber. That is goodbye cable company. Good for you. Shane, yeah, this has definitely been the year for HomeKit smart locks. Yeah, you know, I'm sure we'll see more coming up. Ooh, I'm only 9 minutes behind. Thank you, Bill, for the heads up. Lawrence, Hurricane Helen took out my Spectrum service for 24 hours. Matter saved me, mostly. That's it. Local control is the way to go. And the thing is, this is what I'll tell people. get a battery, get one of those little battery generators, solar things, battery supplies, because if you keep signal to your router and your modem, most likely you will still have internet. Most likely, unless the lines have been snapped, there is still signal coming down that cable line. We lost power during a hurricane in Massachusetts when I lived there. I went out, I found a generator. I plugged in our internet. We had lights, we had power going, we had internet happening. Life was good. And even now, we lost power, and I pulled out one of those power banks, and I just ran one line for some lights. So the most important thing was keeping up the internet. So plugged in the router. I had to kill 2 access points. But yeah, if you have a battery backup, you just because you have power doesn't mean you need to lose internet in a lot of cases. Yeah, Spectrum. I hate cable internet. During the member stream, I did a speed test on my Wi-Fi 6E. On cable internet, I was able to get 650 plus megabits per second on Wi-Fi on this phone. Upload was 10 megabits because it's cable, and cable internet is garbage. Find my front door, you have to pull the handle up. Yeah, I remember you saying that when you lock or unlock with a key. Can't find any smart locks. Shane, I don't know if Shane's still here, but yeah, I'm wondering, Shane's probably knows of a lock that's coming out. I'm wondering if a certain lock that's coming out might work in that case. Because, there may be something that may be worth looking into in the next week. I'm guessing, but there may be something that I don't know if this particular style could possibly help with smart locks because of not needing a key. So I don't know. But yeah, it's tough when you got a door that doesn't work. So you need to use both hands to lock and unlock. Okay. Now I'm wondering, there's a lock that may be coming out that might be helpful or not at all. David, having a new garage door opener installed this week. Is MyQ still a subscription service where I have to install my own smart solution, avoid subscription? Yes. Basically, yes. MyQ, I don't even have mine hooked up. There's stuff I'm not hooking up. I haven't hooked up my TV. I haven't hooked up my dishwasher. I'm not hooking up any of that stuff because like LG's policy is like they can collect a bunch of data for you to just hook these things up to the internet. And really, none of this stuff is that great. None of it is really that valuable to hand it over. I'm like, I don't care what my dishwasher is doing. I don't care what my refrigerator is doing. This isn't a huge value add to just open up the floodgates to give away more information. So that's one of those like MyQ. That's not even hooked up to my Wi-Fi. It's just like, stay away. You have a subscription. I don't care. I'm trying to disconnect as many of the things that really don't offer value because these companies, their policies are crap when it comes to any kind of privacy protection. They're just selling any data they can. So yeah, I wouldn't even hook it up. I'd buy a third-party solution. All my devices still worked, but had to have phone on 5G for internet, so Apple Home app couldn't reach my home devices. Yeah, I had to use Home Assistant on PC like it was 2001 again. I love it. That's awesome. Samsung 90 should get over 3,000 with the Thunderbolt 4 box. Now, yeah, okay, I could see, because if I were to plug that in over Thunderbolt into a MacBook Pro, because it's Thunderbolt, in theory, like I should be able to get that kind of speed out of it because of the Thunderbolt 4 box versus USB-C, which is based on, that makes sense. I could see that. That makes a lot of sense now. Thanks, Gordon, for sharing that. Because, yeah, you're talking on two different lanes, two different ways. You got Thunderbolt connection versus USB-C. They're using the same connector, but yeah. Devon, brand new season of DreamWorks Curses coming to Apple TV this Friday. Apple TV, man, I still recommend it, even for Fire TV users, Android users. Just download the Apple TV Plus app, do a 5-day trial, and binge watch. There's some good stuff there. You don't need to have an Apple TV. It's a separate app. And yeah, Apple TV kind of makes it dumb. They have the Apple TV app. They have the Apple TV. Then it's Apple TV Plus is the service. Yeah, it's kind of silly. Lawrence, sounds like you need to adjust the door hang and strike plate. No, I think I stayed at I think we had a place where it's like you have to do a weird, like a lift turn to do it. It's the mechanics of the physical door, right? Isn't that something like that? David, wondering if it's to do with the internal barrel system. Andrea's dad has had his Kia recalled in the garage, broke the manifold. Not happy. Oh my God. Holy shit. That sucks. Yeah, the garage doing damage when they're supposed to be fixing it. That may be something to look at. Yeah, if you're able to switch out the internal mechanism. Doors where you have to lift to lock is a 3-point lock system. When you lift the handle, the top and bottom locks are thrown, and then you manually turn the deadbolt. Okay. Yeah, because that's the little post things that go in. So, okay, I think that's where we stayed at a VRBO. I think that was it. That makes sense with it. Because, yeah, it's that older school door, and it's the deadbolt that does it. Well, if you killed the deadbolt and your lock was on the handle and you didn't need the deadbolt at all, you just didn't use it because your lock was on the handle, could work. Maybe, possibly. Anyways, I'm going to get out of here. I see it's 10:17. I'll give a second in case anybody else wants to say anything. I appreciate you guys being here. The streams are always, they're fun for me. I hope they are for you too. Today was a tangent day. Today was an interesting one. Let's see. So I am going to get out of here. Next week, I should be back. There's going to be a bunch of videos coming up. We got I do have a little comparison between the new Apple Watch Series 10 and the Apple Watch Ultra. There's a new smart device coming out tomorrow. There's one coming out Thursday, Friday, or Saturday. We got a couple of Prime smart home deals coming up. There's going to be a bunch going on. So, Andrea, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. And thank you for letting us have David here in the stream for the morning in this one. It's always fun. And yeah, hopefully he gets his Apple Watch soon so he's happier. No. Or your phone. Yeah, you need your phone. But anyways, I'm out. Thank you guys very much. I'll see you next week. And be well. Take care. Bye.